Shalom Yasha'Allah. Ka Halamla. Allahayana wa Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors. And to the head apostles of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well with sound doctrine. Shalom, and to the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, and a hearty shalom to the servants of prophets, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, across the four winds of the earth, doing the work in truth and sincerity, giving diligence to make their calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. So, just wanted to go into a lesson on this article that came out today, March 1st, 2022, aka the year of Yahweh Bashim Yashai turning up, the year of the amplification, aka 2020 through. And the article reads, Putin moves family members to Siberian underground city designed to survive a nuclear war. Now, you have a lot of people under the vibration that Russia's going to launch their nukes over here right away. Something has to happen before that happens. And that thing that has to happen is the MOTB. You got to have the MOTB, then World War III. No World War III without the MOTB. And what happened overnight should give you an understanding of why he threw his family in this underground bunker. Let's go into it. So, Russian currency. This is what happened. This is their currency. You know, last month, right? Look what happened last night. So, due to the sanctions, their currency has plummeted as far as the ruble is less than a penny now. And you have a lot of people lining up to cash out their currency to try to buy electronics and things of that nature to try to preserve some type of currency that they have, you know, because their dollar is worthless. That same type of ripple effect is going to come to Babylon the Great pretty soon and worldwide. What you're witnessing is the push of the elite to do the economic crash through sanctions, you know, affecting trading. You know, these convoys that are allegedly blocking off trading, you know, which are also pushing unrighteous decrees in Canada, you know. And what you have happen literally today, you know, their money isn't worth anything now, man. And that's why he put his family in this underground bunker. Let's read this and let's play a few videos. Vladimir Putin has in recent days hidden his family members in an underground city in Siberia, according to Russian professor. The luxury high-tech bunker is located in the Altai Mountains, and was designed for protection in the event of a nuclear war, said political scientist Valery Solovey. Now, let's grab a quick precept. Psalm 64:5, and it reads, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. And what's that evil matter? The Davos agenda, you know, the UN plan for the UN Agenda 2030, you know, the Great Reset, central bank digital currencies, you know, that's it. The UN plan for sustainable development, you know, central bank digital currencies, the implantable grain of rice that goes in your hand, the one that goes in your head, Neuralink, Amazon Palm Pay, Big Brother Orwellian secret societies, social credit system like societies, you know, like you have in China, a social credit system like society, better yet, you know? Pushing the Karagma system, you know? Crashing the economy. Using the theme of a cyber attack and an EMP attack to push their next move, which is to crash the economies worldwide. They encourage themselves in the evil matter, the communion of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Your own people see you. The angels see you. You know, the truthers see you. Let's play this real quick. This happened in Kazakhstan. Lord's will, the video doesn't get hit because of this clip, but let's play it. And this is what happened, you know, when they introduced a unrighteous decree. And this is why Vladimir Putin threw his family in that bunker, man. You know, because first you have to have the MOTB pushed, which means all out anarchy and chaos. People taken to the streets and, you know, for lack of better words, fucking shit up, which is what you're going to see right here. Let's play this. Lord's will, this video doesn't get hit for this clip. So if you read this right here, I'll just let it sit in the screen so you can read it yourself. You know? Let's let this play though. See that arm on the ground? Yeah. That's the police right there.
Сука, неге шығасың? Неге шығасың нахуй? Пидор, сука! Пидор, блядь, пидор, сука! Мал, блядь! Суки, блядь!
There's a phrase in the world, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, that's probably worth more than 1,000 right there. Let's let this play. So that's in Kazakhstan. This is in Babylon the Great. And what you have going on today is the United States President, Joe Biden, is set to give his State of the Union address today, I believe. March 1st, yeah. And at the same time, the DC convoy is rolling into town. Just as Russia's currency crashed, just as Vladimir Putin threw his family in a bunker, man. Is it all making sense? Is it all connecting? This is all fenced up, you know? Double fenced. You know, barricaded up. Let's go to Psalm 64 and 6, and it reads, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. The la'ab, the mind. It's privily set to do evil, you know? Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Can the leopard change his spots? You know? They're wise in Daniel to do evil, man. This is Psalm 64 and 7, and it reads, but the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And they're wounded right now with this truth coming out. That's why you have RT News ban in several European countries. And a lot of brothers, including myself, elders, so on and so forth, we watch RT News like crazy, as far as the news feed, because they come out with a lot of, articles as far as alternative news articles that you won't catch in Babylon the Great. And you're able to do videos on those articles and edify the body, which is a precursor of what's eventually going to come and happen in the grand scheme of things. Also, Facebook and Instagram in several European countries block RT News as well. Two prophecies right in front of your face, unfolding slowly but surely. The MOTB and the MOTB system, the crash of the economy, and the famine of the word, which are precursors that have to happen before World War III and the nukes are officially launched over here. Jacob's trouble comes with the MOTB pushed. Psalm 64:8, and it reads, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." You have your own people telling on you, man. Your own people are exposing your plans. Let's go into this real quick, because this underground city is in the mountains. That's going to come out later on in this lesson. This is 4 deep underground military bases, secret bases. And this came out August 18th, 2021. And let's get right to the point. What's the purpose of such bases? Many of these underground bases were designed to provide protection from weather, war, or famine, or all-out anarchy in the streets, total chaos, insurrection, civil unrest. Yet some of them are still shrouded in mystery as their actual purpose and function. Now, let's look at this first one. It says, this is the first one, Cheyenne Mountain Complex. Mountains and the rocks. First on our list of deep underground military bases is the Cheyenne Mountain Complex, located on the Cheyenne Air Force Station near Colorado Springs. It was built in 1967, and the Cheyenne Mountain Complex falls under the command of the United States Space Force. I'm going to read this again. The Cheyenne Mountain Complex falls under the command of the United States Space Force. For those that aren't in the know, the United States Space Force is their army that they have to try to fight the angels in Yahushua when the Lord returns. There was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels, fought against the dragon and his angels, roughly paraphrasing. That dragon is Esau Edom, This is FEMA, the underground facility. Once again, in the mountains. The second base is the Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center. The Mount Weather Special Facility isn't a military base per se, but FEMA is a department of Homeland Security. Federal Emergency Management Association, which is basically the head honcho under a state of national emergency, which we're still in. And it has 240 employees, about a dozen buildings, and this is in the mountains, Doesn't say where. Let me see if it says the state, Yep, the Bordon of Loudoun and Clark counties. Yep. And it's an underground fortress, man. And these are just the ones on record. They have more than these, man. Way more than these, But these are like underground cities when you pull up, And you got Jake guarding them right here, A single Jake guarding it. That's lucky. Let's go to number 3. Raven Rock. The third entry into our deep underground military bases is the Raven Rock Mountain Center, located near Blue Ridge Summit, Pennsylvania. If you haven't noticed, there is a theme with many of these underground military locations, mountains. And that's biblical prophecy. You know, this is Isaiah 2:19. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks. Who? Esau, Edom, the wicked elite bankers, you know, the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, Putin, Elon Musk, you know, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Joe Biden. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. When those ICBMs hit, after you push the MOTB and after all out chaos, after all out anarchy, the famine of the word, you know, those missiles are going to shake the earth to and fro. Also, you're going to have the chariots putting in work. The angels, man. And this man has Space Force, you know, to try to fight the angels, man. And the second location right here, the first location, better yet, is in Colorado, you know, and it falls under the command of the United States Space Force. The second one falls under FEMA. You know, let's see who the third one falls under. Yep, and then the fourth one's Area 51. You know, but let's see who the third one's under. What branch of military? Looks like it's FEMA. Oh, it's lucky. Doesn't say. It's all good. And this is you know, semi-raw. I skimmed through the article, but I didn't read the whole thing. You know, doesn't say what branch of military. Most likely the Army. I'm guessing right here. Yep. Let's keep it going. Isaiah 2:20. In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. And you have a lot of that happening with people, you know, who've turned to Christianity. They're leaving the church because they're not getting the answers. And you have Esau, Edom doing damage control, you know, with documentaries like Unspoken, you know, and he's looking to blame, you know, the Hebrew Israelite movement, which he calls Black Hebrew Israelism, you know, AKA, you know, using the terminology of Vocab Malone. And we're not Black Hebrew Israelites, you know. There's no such thing as black. Black is something you made up, man. You know? But you have a lot of the heathens casting their idols, and, you know, into the streets, man. What happened in India last year? You know, they cast all those idols, man, you know, over the bridge, man, and to the sea out there in India, man. And it reads, Isaiah 2:21, to go into the clefts of the rocks and to the tops of the ragged rocks for the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and for the glory of his majesty when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. And right now, this word's shaking up the earth. You know, this report, the earth is being met head on with this word, and the report is shaking up the earth, man. To the point where they're going to have to just take this message off the internet, which eventually is going to happen. Amos 9:1, and it reads, I saw the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door that the posts may shake. The earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunkard, man. After the MOTB is pushed, and after, you know, after, the whole Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, the famine of the word, those three things have to happen. And then the missiles are going to get launched, man. But you have all these things happening at one time, as far as the beginning stages of, what's looking like to be World War III, beginning skirmishes, them pushing Amazon Palm Pay, introducing the Neuralink and, crashing economies slowly but surely, them buying smart guillotines, box cars with shackles, them letting it be known that they have quarantine facilities. I mean, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is making this thing plain to see for those that have eyes to see. Amos 9:1, I saw the Lord Yahweh Shai standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away, and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. And they're fleeing and escaping to those rocks, and they're going to be delivered right into slavery, Yeah, you're the elect of slavery, as far as the elites. Amos 9:2, though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up into heaven, thence will I bring them down. And they're being brought down slowly but surely with this word going out, man. It's exposing Esau Edom for who he is, man. Also, the spirit of truth is in the earth so heavy that the heathens are starting to, recognize that something ain't right about this guy, man. Your past crimes are being brought up. You having to take and remove statues, You want to hide history, You have bills being introduced where you don't say gay, You got people being kicked out of school, removed from class, from universities and so on and so forth, for saying there's two genders, man. Your own, and it's your own people. People who look like Edomites are saying, nah, man, there's two genders. You're tripping, man. But that's the confusion of this man. That's the pride of this man. There's 54 genders, according to science. According to what science? Science, pseudos, man. That's false science, man, that you push, man. This potion, your whole way of life, it's starting to hit you right in the face, man. You're starting to be confronted with the man in the mirror and shown that you're this evil, wicked devil. Jeremiah 16:16, and it reads, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and they shall fish them. After will I send for many hunters. And fishing season, man, it's almost over, man. And Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to send them hunters, man. Them angels, man. Them angels of death, man. And you're going to have certain men who actually have this message and teach this message, be given spiritual powers to put in their work as well, man. The elect, Lord willing, I be of that number, you be of that number. We're going to get our few blows in too, man. That's in the book of Psalms. Let's get Psalms 58:10. And it reads, the righteous shall see, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. And that's what you had going on in Kazakhstan, man. As far as they're washing their feet in the blood of the wicked, the blood of the wicked rulers who they're trusted in, man. That was the Egyptians versus the Egyptians, man. Well, it's going to be even more turned up when the elect get spiritual powers, man. You see brothers flying, You know, you see brothers able to shoot lasers out of their eyes like Cyclops. You're able to punch a dude, he flies all the way to Russia, you know? You know, dude's able to run at supersonic speeds. You're able to teleport, you know? That type of spiritual power is coming. And that's our glory. That's part of our glory, man. This is Jeremiah 16:16 again, and it reads, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and they shall fish them." Who? The elect. With this word, casting out that net. After will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, every single deep underground military bunker. You're going to be dug up out of it, man. And from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. You know? And at the same time, when the elect are digging the elite out of those bunkers, they're going to be destroying the 2/3, man. The 2/3, man. You know? And it reads Zephaniah 2:3. "Seek ye the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger." You know? We want to be hid. You know? "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty," under his wings, under his protection. You're going to have that garment, that cloak, that tawah. You know? This is the last precept. We'll get the NLT, GNT, Slakia. But let's read this real quick and then close on up. And Adon Ratazah, Yahweh Ratazah, you found this lesson edifying. This is Revelation 6:15. "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman hid themselves in the dens of the rocks of the mountains." And the reason why it says that is because they have employees down there, man. You know? In these deep underground military bunkers, it says the facility, this is the FEMA facility right here, just one of them, and they have way more than 4 deep underground military bunkers. They have tons of them, man. There's just the top 4, you know? It says the top 4 deep underground and secret military bases. They even have ones that are more secret than this. And it goes into the FEMA one. It's 434-acre mountain site, the mountains, and the above ground support facilities with 240 employees, including a dozen buildings providing communications links to the White House Situation Room. And that's just one of the places there, man. And the people who work in the military, they're slaves. They signed a military contract for a certain amount of years, and you can't leave. You can't leave unless you get kicked out. And if you get kicked out, you may be court-martialed, you may be thrown in jail, you know, depending on the situation that got you kicked out. Revelation 6:15, and it reads, "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman," those who are serving in the military, you know, and those, you know, who work for the elites, you know, hid themselves in the dens of the rocks of the mountains. If you read this in the GNT, it's lucky, trying to sell me something. Revelation 6:15 in the Good News translation. Yep, GNT. And it reads, "Then the kings of the earth, the rulers and military chiefs, the rich and the powerful," Elon Musk, the wicked elites, the Illuminati, you know? I'm going to read this Again, then the kings of the earth, the royal family, the unroyal family, you know, Joe Biden, you know, uh, Boris Johnson, Macron, Putin, you know, Rocket Man, you know, the prime minister of the small hats over there in 1948 land, you know, the Holy Land, which is temporarily 1948 land until they get their dusty rat asses out of there, you know. Then the kings of the earth, the rulers and the military chiefs, the rich and the powerful, and all other people, slave and free, hid themselves in caves and under rocks on the mountains. They called out to the mountains and to the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the eyes of the one who sits on the throne and from the anger of the Lamb. Talking about Yahushua. The terrible day of their anger is here. Who can stand up against it? Man, it hits a little harder, the GNT. Yeah, man. Let's read this in the KJV and wrap on up. I'm going to get 15 as well. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men. You know, the rich and the powerful. And every bondman and every freeman hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains, these deep underground military bunkers, you know. And every single nation has them. It's not just the United States and Russia who has them. Germany has them, you know. The unroyal family has them, you know. China has them, you know, so on and so forth. Revelation 6:16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Because Yahushua, he's not going to meet you as a man. Let's get Isaiah 47:3, and it reads, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, for I made Esau bare, you know, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. He's coming back as an angelic force. He's coming back, you know, not as a man. You're not going to be able to pierce his side this time, man. You know, spit on him, mock him, you know, slap him, man. You know, he's coming back to kick some ass, you know. A whole lot of ass kicking is going to happen when Yahushua returns, man. And we can't wait, man. You know. Because when Yahushua cracks the sky, you know, that's when rulership starts for us. You know. And that day is near, man. Revelation 6:17, and it reads, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? The elect, you know. That's the only ones who are going to be able to stand, because the elites, they're going to be shackled up. You know, almost forgot that. I had it right here. This is, yep. Slakia. Where'd that come from? Wow. Oh, man. Let's get Psalms 147 real quick. Psalms 149. And 5. Just get right to the point. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, with a two-edged sword in their hand. The two-edged sword is the scriptures, you know. For the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is quick and powerful, like a two-edged sword, roughly paraphrasing, you know. Hebrews 4:12. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. What song are they singing? The song of David. I mean, the Song of Moses, Slakin, you know, Psalms of David, which we're in right now. Is this a Psalm of David? Yep. Doesn't say. The Psalms of David, Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. What people? The wicked elites, the two turds, the heathen nations. To bind their kings with chains and nobles with fetters of iron. You're getting arrested, man. You're guilty on all charges, man. Court is in session, and we have a righteous judge to hear our testimony as witnesses, man. This is Psalms 149:9. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. To execute upon them the judgment written, man. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai does not slack concerning his promise. And his promise is to destroy this place, at the same time to deliver the elect. So with that, I'd like to close on out. And in closing, Adon Ratazah, Yahweh Ratazah, you were edified. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rarachak, Wadash. Double honors unto the head apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom. And to the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. And a hearty shalom to the sister brethren doing the work in truth and sincerity all across the four winds of the earth, giving diligence to make their calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. And last but not least, a hearty shalom to the men of valor and DTA camps. The first camps I ever heard the truth from, Isaiah 62, verses 6 through 7. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, keep not silence, and give him no rest day or night, till Jerusalem is a praise in the earth. So once again, Lord's will, you were edified by this lesson. And until next time, next lesson, next live stream, Shalom, DTA, Wa Abba Baba. Soon. Shalom.